coming up in this next video is going to be me showing you guys the basics of Terraria, a new game which I really love. Talking about the basics, your first night, a lot of the nitty-gritty details that most of you might need to know in order to get a good grasp of the game. So if you're looking forward to that, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. And I have a new mic. Yay! What's happening, everybody? Pure Salvation here, and this is a game called Terraria, and we're going to be playing it. I'm going to start a single player let's play on this game. I've already played this already, and I know a lot about it, and I really wanted to make sure that I knew a lot about it before going into this. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll try to explain things. That's my character right now. Completely legit, nothing spawned, nothing hacked, all legit. Makes me proud. So let's go ahead and create a character. You can change the hair, you can do different hairstyles. I didn't know that before. But, however, I'm going to quickly go ahead and go through... Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm going to go through this real quickly, and so you guys don't have to see it all. Pretty much got the general makeout of the character. I chose a mildly dark hair and pretty dark skin. And yeah, you can change all of that through here by going through these little color correctors. And that should give you the color that you desire. And yes, you can do that the same with the clothes as well. So, with that said, let's get started. So I'm going to create my character's name. Since I already have Pure Salvation, I'm going to do Pure Salvation 17. Why not? No, you know what? Yeah, let's go 17. Alright. Now, with this... Oh, that's a problem. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and create a new world. So, what you're probably thinking of is, why do you have those two worlds already when you just created a new character? Well, first before I explain that, I'm going to say... Okay, YouTube World 1. That's what we'll call it. So, while this is going on, and you can see it takes a long time to load and everything, and that's the reason why is, when you start up Terraria, it's not like Minecraft where you render blocks as you travel forward, backwards, up, down, etc. This actually creates the entire world instantly, so you don't have any lag going into different areas when you do all this fun stuff. So anyways, the reason why I have two worlds is, when you create a character and when you create a world, let's say I get maybe 3 diamond in this world right here. Now, I can take that 3 diamond, start a brand new world, and still have that 3 diamond in my inventory, because it carries over, which is a really nice thing. And yes, we're doing a small map because, you know, this is only single player, and I don't want to spend ages doing some things. Okay, so I have a very good idea of what we're doing, and let me tell you, I'm not the greatest at this game. I die a lot, actually. And so, what this is a mushroom that I just picked up that you saw me break down earlier, and that gives you a good amount of life. And what you saw me kill right there was a slime. Slimes drop something called gels, which are very, very diverse and versatile, I guess, in this game. And before, you know what? Yeah, let's go grab some more. So before I go too far in depth, you pretty much need slime gels to create torches and potions. However, mainly you can, if you get a merchant, which is an NPC, and I'll go into detail when I get the chance, you can get that. That's, I guess, pretty important. Uh-oh, I forgot where my spawn is. That's a problem. I can always go ahead and get myself killed. I know. The only problem is when you do die in this game, you get to keep your inventory. However, you do lose money, and this is where your money is, your coins. You lose about half, or at least half. Sometimes it may be more. So let's go ahead and get ourselves killed by the slime, figure out exactly where our spawn is so we can sort of, yeah, find our good spot to make our home. And I'm not going to show my main world just yet because I need to get the attention of the slimes. Good. Okay, now you see it dropped a copper coin, and I didn't have that much to begin with, but that's pretty much half my currency. And let's find out where our spawn is exactly. Okay, cool. So we can make our house pretty close, actually. So this pick is used to mine dirt and stone. So, I mean, no shovels, nothing like that. And of course the axe is used to chop down trees, and then you can make something called a hammer, which is good for the other miscellaneous stuff, as like a dirt wall, or and you'll see what that is actually. You know, I'll show you right now what it is. So you see what I dug at, right? You can see what I'm digging at. This is tangible rock. However, this with a pickaxe, I cannot get this little dirt wall back here. That's what you need a hammer for. And in order to create that, you need to make yourself a workbench and an anvil, I think maybe. I think it's an anvil. And with that, we need to find iron. So this guy is our guide. He's the first person you should talk to. He gets different kinds of messages as you progress through along to give you guys helpful hints. So I guess I could just go through these. Oh, that's a problem. Oh man, I take a lot of damage. So yes, if you want to survive, blah 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 blah. I'll just go through these so you guys can go and pause it and read it if you are pretty new to this, because I want to make sure that you guys are just as informed as I am on this, because I think this is a fantastic game. Sorry, I just had to kill that slime. Don't forget to place a wall. Yeah, we're not going to go for a wooden sword. Those are actually kind of useless. I'm going to try to go for other stuff. But I will try to do many things to show you guys the versatility in this game. And this game really isn't like Minecraft. However, it does have aspects which consider it to have the same ideals as Minecraft, if you will. Is that going up? No, it's not. And this is your life right here. Each heart is 20 hearts, as you can tell. You know, 5 divided by 100, or 100 divided by 5. Wow, I can't do math. And I seem to be stuttering. Well, not stuttering, and also talking quite fast. I think I am stuttering too. Huh? I don't know about you guys, but school is almost done for me, and I just can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to have the summer to do so many videos, and it's just going to be awesome. I got so many plans for you guys. So right now I'm just gathering some stone. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to make a little mini apartment. And so what you do is when you create a shelter or a home, before I do that, I'm going to grab some resources. I'm going to quickly grab some of this stone. So definitely what you want to do is, oh crud. Anyways, what you definitely want to do is when you do get enough resources and you start to build a shelter, when you get enough resources, don't forget to create rooms for NPCs. Now, what do you mean by NPC? People like, oh, where'd he go? Where did my guide go? Like this guy right here. If you create rooms, and by rooms I mean it has to have a table, a chair, some light sources, and some other furniture. I think that's it. Maybe a door. You can get NPCs to move in with you. Now, of course, the first one you make, the guide's gonna come in and take it. So the next one you make is it, and then like, I guess you could call it achievements. So after you do some achievements in the game, or you get to certain levels of, yeah, pretty much achievements, even though it doesn't really say achievement, at least right now. Once you get to those certain points in the game, and you have a room, make sure you have a room, that is, like I said, what the definition of a room is. You can actually have NPCs walk in here and live with you, and you can buy stuff off of them, you can trade stuff with them. It's a nice way of getting currency back from the stuff that you mined or used or don't want anymore. Like this pickaxe right now, this has infinite durability, which is excellent. All of the materials in this game have infinite durability. So if you create like maybe a golden sword and you don't want a golden sword anymore because you have like a demonite sword, which is better, or it's actually called a light's bane. But like, let's say you have that, obviously you don't want to keep that sword in your inventory. I mean, maybe you might, I don't know, it's kind of a waste. But if you do want to keep that sword in your inventory, you can go for it and do that, and do so. I mean, feel free to. However, if you want to get some currency back, which you can use to buy other stuff that these NPCs have to offer, you can go ahead and sell that to them and get some money, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So pretty much, when you get 100 copper coins, you get a silver coin, and when you get 100 silver coins, you get a gold coin, and if you have 100 gold coins, you get something called a platinum coin. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. Gold is ridiculously hard to get, so if you ever get 100 gold coins and you eventually get a platinum coin, wow, you're doing well. So that's just some helpful tips. There's so much to do in this game that, wow, I can't tell you how much there is to do, and I'm really glad I was able to play this beforehand, because I do have a relatively good idea. And so we're gonna make our shelter here. However, before we do that, I might have to dig underground for now, make a little small shelter, temporary shelter, and then use the next day. So what I have in my hand right now is an acorn. This is used to plant trees, just as in Minecraft how you have your saplings. The saplings are acorns in this game, which is true. Acorns do grow some trees in real life, so that's nice. And this isn't I think some people might get this mixed up with a ripoff of Minecraft because, you know, you have the whole build aspect, you have the dirt and stone and all that stuff, but let me get this perfectly straightforward. This is definitely not Minecraft. In fact, fun fact for you guys who are saying that who are probably thinking that this is a copy of Minecraft, Notch actually tweeted this from his Twitter, saying that, oh gosh, let's just go ahead and get ourselves killed. This slime's gonna kill us anyway. Oh, that was a bad idea. Alright, as you can see, the sun's going down, so... And there's... oh yeah, I already digressed from what I was saying. Anyway, so what I was saying is... Notch actually tweeted this on his Twitter saying, hey guys, I don't know what he said, but it was pretty much giving a free promotion to Terraria, so... I don't think you can really say this is a direct copy of Minecraft if the maker of Minecraft is actually willing to give this a free promotion. Like on his Twitter, it's like, yeah, this game looks nice or something. So when you click escape, I'm pressing escape, all you have to do is go ahead and check out, well, this will bring up your inventory, and if you look down here and you can see this is called, I don't know what you call it, but I'll call it the crafting area. Now this is where you can craft all different sorts of things. Now let's go ahead and craft a torch. Of course you need the gel, and unlike Minecraft we have to put it in like a certain shape. This one just asks for the amount, and yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and put some torches here. And alright, let's go ahead and kill this slime. You know what, let him kill us so we can get full health, and don't worry, we will recollect the coins. So as you can see, it dropped 17, because if you were looking in my money area, I had about 30 something, so that's about half, maybe more, maybe less, but yeah, so it's actually exactly half, so that's cool. Now if we can go get it back, kill our slime, get a free health, I guess. So you're probably wondering, well, can you craft more stuff? Absolutely. However, you need to be standing by a workbench, and in order to craft a workbench, you need wood. So let's go ahead and kill the slime before he kills us. Alright. Doesn't seem to be too harmless. Let's go ahead and craft a workbench. Let's go ahead and place it down, and vines will grow under grass, which is really annoying at times, and it causes obstructed view, and you'll see that later on when I get to a later stage. You know what, let's just... uh-oh, whoops, I'm using an axe. I will show you guys exactly how the workbench works as soon as I get the slime killed. Or actually, no, I'll just do it now. So now when I press escape, you can see that there's a ton of new things that I can craft, obviously, because I'm standing by a workbench. However, if I start to move away, oops. Oh, and by the way, when you're in your inventory slot, you can still use your items, which is very cool. So you can see, you can tell. When I walk close, when I walk far away, it changes. So what can I build? I can build a door. I'm going to save that for now. And these are walls. These, like, as you can see, this area with the dirt wall, you can craft those by having the origin of the block, like a dirt block in itself, which is right there. That'll give you a dirt wall, and that's what you see back here. And you can do the same thing with stone. And I'm not going to try to bore you guys too much with the basics. I'm just going to, for those of you who are brand new to this game, I'm just trying to make sure that you guys are up to speed and not as lost as I was when I first did this. So for those of you who are very comfortable with the game, thank you for bearing with me. I'm going to try to make this as exciting as possible. This is our first night, so these are pretty much the basics, and you can tell the music just changed, if you can hear that over my loud voice, because I don't know. I did get a new mic, by the way. I forgot to say, this is a brand new mic. It's a condenser mic, and it should have better quality, not as much background noise as my Turtle Beaches gave before, which makes me very happy. And now I can actually use my Turtle Beaches for the Xbox instead of having to plug in, plug out, and, you know, just, yeah. By the way, NPCs can die, except for the guide. I think the guide's like invincible. If the guide does die, I'd laugh. So as you can see, if you put your cursor over him, it shows the life. And the pickaxe, I'm just swinging back and forth, and yeah, I'm kind of getting free shots off of him. You know what? Let's go ahead and go down underground. There's a ton of things to do. Let's not. Ooh. Let's not be too slow. Let's get ahead of the game. So usually what you want to do is you want to make sure you're pretty protected the first night out, but it really doesn't matter how much you die. What you really want to do is be able to craft a chest. Chests can be crafted using iron and wood. However, if you want to save iron and save wood, like I do, you can find chests underground, and I just steal those chests and use them as storage. Is that called theft? Yeah, in some cases that's called theft. I call it resourceful, I guess. Ooh, copper. Copper is the weakest in the game. Copper is the weakest ore in the game. And I'm actually using a copper pickaxe right now. It's the lowest tier and the most common. The funny thing is, in terms of metals, gold is the best. You know, in Minecraft you're probably thinking, gold is the best? What, in Minecraft it had terrible durability. Well, think of it this way. Think of it as you having the strength of that gold pickaxe from Minecraft, but infinite durability. Yeah, and all of a sudden this has just become that much more valuable, right? Well, anyways, let's go ahead and dig down. And what you see is grass spreading, which can get really annoying and cause deficiencies in vision, which I don't like, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of those. Alright. Cool stuff. And you know what? I think I'm gonna go and see how far it takes till we get to a cave. And by the way, I will be continuing the Minecraft series. That is just absolutely, that's a given, so you guys don't have to worry about that. I just want to see. I think, you know what, in this video all I'm going to do is, I guess, survive the first night, and we'll see how things go from there. If you guys want to see more, I will definitely show you more. But definitely I want to try to get down into the underground area and show you around that, because this game is a super fun game. And for those of you who seem really bored, I mean, I might show you guys my main world. But I mean, of course, I don't want to do that without, you know, giving you guys good solid background about the game, or else many of you would just be clueless on what's going on, and I don't want that to happen, because that's how I was when I first went into this, and it's very difficult. However, a nice young fellow who I know deeply, who is a subscriber of mine, he was able to walk me through most of it, and I think I got on his nerves because he's like, stop asking me so many things about Terraria, learn it on your own, or I don't know, I forget. It was a long time ago. Maybe he didn't say that, maybe he did, I forget. But all I know is that he was kinda annoyed with me. Whether he showed it or not, I could kinda tell he was annoyed with me. Just because I had so many questions on what to do, and you know what, it's perfectly fine if you guys are confused, because what you saw me pick up there is called iron ore. That little discolored formation of the rock, that was iron. But yeah, I'll stop with the rant. Definitely what I want to do is get this first night over with, and hopefully start getting a shelter up, because you know what? Shelter is very important. Very, very important. And those of you probably can't see on YouTube. Oh yeah, by the way, when you hold a torch, you light up the place. When you don't, it goes away. So that's cool. It's got that dynamic lighting system. Very, very cool. Oh man. There we go. I can get it. Oh! I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was a shooting star. And I need a shooting star. Shooting stars are very important for mana. I'm gonna have to kill this eye though. Where was it? Where was it? I heard it. There it is. You hear it? Or you hear it. You see that? That's a fallen star actually, not a shooting star. Whatever. This can be used to increase your mana, however you need 10. And then with that 10 you can craft something called a mana star. I forget exactly what it was. And I'm just getting destroyed by these enemies. I don't think I should have ran out at night. Maybe not my best move. Once I kill this guy, I'm gonna sprint back to safety and continue digging. So yeah, zombies and demon eyes are the most basic enemies that you'll see on your first night, but however there are more biomes there and areas that you can find that pack a punch. And my voice is really dry, so I do apologize if I kind of cut out. But yes, there's a lot of biomes. There's an underground jungle. There's something called corruption, which is pretty much like an infectious area that's got that if you're an early or mid-game player, it can be quite difficult. However, if you a late game guy who's pretty much got everything, then yeah, it should be no problem. It should be a walk in the park. However, in addition to corruption, there's something called floating islands, which can be found in the sky at 400 feet above. Underground jungles can be found at around negative 700 feet below ground. And you can use a depth meter to figure out your depth, and yeah, it's real helpful. That's how I found my underground jungle. I spent so long finding it, but however, I did find a tip that I will go in later when I finally get to the point where we actually start looking for an underground jungle. Also, in addition to the underground tunnel is Underworld. The Underworld, that's right. That's where you get like some of the best stuff in the game, actually. And ironic because you can actually get that. It's really easy to find the Underworld compared to the underground jungle. You know, you'd think that it'd be easier to find the underground jungle than the Underworld. However, if you're an early gamer or an early game player and you go into the Underworld, ooh, it's not going to be a fun ride for you. I'll tell you that. But I mean, I'm just throwing you guys just a boatload of information right now, and so I'll try to keep things simple, and you guys are in like probably a state of shock of how much I'm going into. And I'm so surprised that I haven't found a cave yet. And I hope I'm not annoying you. Probably annoying you by saying that. Anyways, let's have some fun and dig. And I'm very surprised we haven't found our first cave. Yeah, I mean, usually I find a cave with, you know, real early on. We'll find it. Not to worry, we will find ours. It's getting a bit dark. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh, I didn't see that spread. Alright, good stuff. Yes, this game is very fun, for those of you who are wondering. And it's definitely worth giving a shot, because when I first played this game, actually, I was actually very upset at it. It was very frustrating, dying so much. And I said, you know what, I'm not gonna get, I don't know why I bought this. I'm not gonna get very far. And I wish I didn't buy it. However, I kept playing and playing to the point where, you know, I got much better at the game. I got new stuff. I went the distance. I got a lot of cool stuff. And, you know, now I love the game. I can't put it down. I mean, this is pretty much what I've been doing all week, just Terraria. I'm getting good at it, so I would make sure that you guys would be well informed when you came and saw this video. Because that's what I want to do. I want to make sure that my subscribers get the best quality. And yeah, because you guys are the best. I love you all. And I hope that I don't see any silly comments saying that this is a ripoff of Minecraft, because it really isn't. You want to know what's a ripoff of Minecraft? Fortress Craft. Now that's just Minecraft with better graphics, in my opinion. It's just absolutely the exact same thing. Alright, so what we've come across here is... oh, it's daytime. You can tell by the music. These are called pots. If you break them, you can get cool stuff inside. It's not the greatest. These pots are not the best. What you really want to look for are chests. Those will always have the best stuff. Alright. Well. Alrighty. So, I think this was, yeah, I know, it might have been a bit of a boring video. However, I think with this said, most of you guys will probably have a generally adequate knowledge of the basics of Terraria. I hope I didn't throw too much information at you guys, and I hope you guys were able to understand this. But I don't want to make this video too long, because I know too long of a video, you guys just, you know, your attention span just can't take it. No offense whatsoever, actually, if you take offense to that. But I mean, I don't want to make this video too long. I want to make sure that you guys can watch this at a sittable time. And if I can get back up here, oh man, and I really wish I had a cloud in a bottle. And for those of you who know what I'm talking about, you would know why I need a cloud in a bottle. Anyways, yeah, I think this has been a pretty successful first night. Actually, not really. Actually, I think this was a pretty bad first night, because I didn't really find much at all other than the basics. But I did get a falling star, some ores, lesser healing potion, which is for healing, of course. And yeah, some of our trees have already grown. Fantastic. That's awesome. Very stoked about that. Yeah, alright, let's kill a slime or two here. And then I guess we'll end the video here. And I'll just see how the comments turn out. Because I sincerely love this game. And this doesn't mean I'm going to stop playing Minecraft, for those of you who are wondering. Not at all. I love Minecraft way too much to just stop right now. So if you were just nervous that I'm going to replace this with my place from Minecraft with Terraria, no, that's not happening. I have way too much in store for Minecraft. So I think that's a good way, or on this note, I think this would be a nice way to end the video. Hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section if you find this entertaining yourselves, because I'd love to do more of this, and maybe even do a multiplayer let's play, because that's definitely on my mind for this as well, because wow, multiplayer on this can just be absolutely super fun. So yeah, that's been the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Oh yeah, and new mic, so better quality. And I'll stop now. Alright guys, take care.